Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Literary Lord, and today we are going to discuss the Act 3 Scene 1 of the drama The Way of the World. So here we begin with the Act 3 Scene 1, and after which we shall be moving ahead towards the Scene 2 as well. So here we begin with it. The Act 3 Scene 1. This scene started in the house of Lady Wishford, who, with her maid Peg, was waiting for Foible to get back and help her dress up and touch up. Have some touch up. Lady Wishford was impatient and confused Peg for her demands about red wine. It was all of a yes and no situation. Then Miss Marwood came and told Lady Wishford that she saw Foible with Mirabell in the park, to which Lady Wishford became very much insecure and suspected the loyalty of Foible and guessed that maybe Mirabell was making Foible spy her. But Marwood told her that such may not be the case. The door knocked and it was Foible. Lady Wishford asked Marwood to hide herself in the cupboard where she could read the books too, so as Lady Wishford could inquire Foible freely. And that's what she did and asked Foible where she was, to which Foible told as per plan that she was with Sir Rowland, the supposed uncle of Mirabell, and she showed him a picture which he adored so much that he didn't left any part of it from his kisses. This made Lady Wishford so excited, and then she asked about the park, to which Foible said that she saw Mirabell, who spilled very bad things about Lady Wishford and was trying to buy the loyalty of Foible but got denied by Foible. Lady Wishford, after cursing Mirabell a bit, went upstairs to change and asked Foible too to accompany her to help her and get her a better touch-up to impress Sir Rowland, and also they decided her behavior which she would represent in front of Sir Rowland, which they said should be a little hard to approach because that brings the urge more in oneself. Foible was then left alone and was about to go upstairs, but Mrs. Final came and asked her about the proceedings of Mirabell's plan. After Mrs. Final told Foible that she was also the part of the scheme, then Foible told her the whole thing about the plan. The plan was that Lady Wishford would fall in love with Sir Rowland, and then he would reveal his real identity, that he is the servant of Mirabell and also a married man, and this would be a greatly humiliating and threatening thing for an aristocratic fame than to keep the, than to keep Mirabell and Millamant shut their mouths. Lady Wishford would give her consent to their marriage, and giving consent would also allow Millamant to have her the wealth which she is to inherit from Lady Wishford. While all this was going on, Marwood was still in the cupboard and was listening everything only to spoil the plan. Then Foible and Mrs. Final went upstairs to meet Lady Wishford, and this way the Act 3 Scene 1 ended. Thank you so much. Act 3 Scene 2. The scene began focusing Marwood, who was in the cupboard. After knowing the secret plan and the past truth of Mrs. Final, that is, that earlier she was in an affair with Mirabell, Marwood felt as if she had some gold and praised her own self for knowing lots of secrets, and also pitied Final for being a cuckold. Then Lady Wishford came and asked her apologies for having forgotten her in the cupboard, to which Marwood said that she was well entertained. Then Foible entered and told her lady that Witwoud and Petulant arrived for the dinner, and then her lady told her that her nephew Sir Wilful was also expected to arrive, hence to prepare for him too, and in this way the scene ended. Act 3, Scene 3. This scene began in some room of Lady Wishford's house where we saw Miss Millamant and Miss Marwood. Millamant seemed to have been irritated, which she later told was due to Witwoud and Petulant. Their useless talk in contradiction to each other, which seemed that they were about to have a fight. Millamant lamented that one cannot choose the companions on his or her own sweet will. In reply to this, Marwood said that she should announce the reality publicly, that she was in love with Mirabell and vice versa. Hence she would be free from those useless suitors. Millamant showed as if she heard something unheard and unpleasant and acted that there was nothing like this and it was all ridiculous. And then she said that at least from her side there was no such thing, though she was not responsible for Mirabel's side. Also, and she also called him a poor guy for loving her, whereas she hated him. She laughed and acted ignorantly. Marwood said that the happiness may soon turn to opposite side. In order to change the topic and cure her irritation, Millamant called for a song, and there started the song. Then came Witwoud and Petulant and clarified that they were not in a fight, but it was just their habit to intercept each other when they are in a mood of humor, to contradict. They again started the useless discussion, after which Millamant went out of the room. And then came Sir Wilful Witwoud, the nephew of Lady Wishford and half brother of Anthony Witwoud. He was told by the footman that lady was dressing up, to which Wilful Witwoud was astonished that at such a late hour of the day they were having a morning. Then Sir Wilful Witwoud was checked by Marwood, Witwoud, and Petulant, as they didn't knew whom he was. Sir Wilful and Petulant were about to get into some harsh argument. Then only Marwood intercepted and asked the name of the visitor, to which he told Sir Wilful Witwoud, and they all welcomed him after that. But he was not pleased with the welcoming style of Whitwood and scolded him very badly, and also pointed out his style of writing letters, which deteriorated with the time. Petulant made fun of his scoldings. Then Lady Wishford with Final came and welcomed Sir Wilful in pleasant way, to which the nephew was satisfied enough. Mincing then came and announced that dinner was ready, and everyone left for it except Marwood and Final. Marwood told everything to Final, after which he got filled with vengeful feelings. Marwood said that now he had the reason to leave his wife, but at the same time they also had the greediness for those £6,000 which Millamant was to get. So they made a plan, also to serve the revenge of Final from Mirabel. And the plan was that first Marwood, through an unknown letter, would expose the impostor Sir Rowland, and then Final would threaten to defame using the past truth of his wife in order to get the £6,000 of Millamant on his side, and then they would leave, and then he would leave his wife and go away with Marwood. He said that least which could happen was that he would leave his wife and leave his wife and out her to grass, as he had her finest properties in his name through marriage contract. Then they both left, and in this way the scene 3 with the whole act 3 ended.